Champion City Podcast, where we tell real stories from grinders, hustlers, and everybody on the come up. If you're still in the trenches or you're still trying to get that bag, this for you. This your blueprint, your motivation, your platform. Let's go.
But the screen is delayed?
Yeah, it's delayed.
Delayed, huh?
Sure, yeah. What up, everybody, man? We right here on a Sunday morning and shit, you know. Ain't no football right now, so it's perfect timing and shit, you know? And we got a dope ass artist in the house today, man. You've been doing your thing for a while, no introduction, but hey, Bozo in the house, just
Appreciate it, bro.
Goon talk and shit, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you making time for us and shit, dude, you know?
Yeah, I had free time. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pull up on the homies. You know?
Yeah, that for sure. Let me lower the volume because it is. Yeah, so I kind of like to start off. A lot of people know you and shit, bro. You know, so I kind of like to start off a little bit with like, obviously you grew up in Pico Rivera, right? Was that all your life and shit right there, or
the majority? So like at the age of 7, I ended up in Pico.
okay?
We lived in Commerce before that.
All right.
For like a few years, and then we lived in West LA off of Francis and Alvarado.
Uh huh.
Yeah, so we lived in the west side. But that was when I was like you know, a toddler and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really have too many memories of that. But yeah, the majority of my life, Pico.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just move the mic a little closer to you, I guess, like angled it. Yeah, yeah, right there's cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Pico Rivera. How is it growing up right there, dude, as a young kid and shit?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful city.
It's predominantly like, Hispanics, no?
All raza. Yeah, all raza. It's all raza. Chicano, you know? Chicano, pocho culture. It's like middle class, you know, it's not when we moved there, it was a little more hood. Now it's like fuck, dog.
Like a downy and shit.
Man, yeah, bro.
Right? Yeah,
the parks, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
you know what
I'm
saying? Like it's a good thing because it's that's where like the culture's gonna grow, like in those type of environments, those type of communities where there is visual success in our communities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
somebody builds a big house and then the younger people growing up is like, damn, I want a house like that one and shit.
That shit's addictive. Like you see your older homie in a fucking $100,000 truck, you know, and you know he's making fucking $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, whoa, like what's up? You know what I'm saying? So
fuck the lowrider and shit. I want that truck.
It's an eye opener being around successful people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So our community has a lot of that. You know what I mean? We're a small city, but a lot of people live in it. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah.
And the rivalries are like deep, like fuck, dog. You know, old rivalries and like.
Yeah.
So the hood shit's there, but in Pico, it's one of those things like if you're not a part of that lifestyle, you don't have to be.
All right.
You know, like a lot of people, I don't know where you come from, but like
Inglewood,
you have no choice. Yeah, like you have no choice. You come out the porch, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like in Pico, you do really have a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember growing up, like people that didn't bang and like they still got like punked and shit, or like you either got marked out or you jumped in, bro. Basically, like South Central, I would assume is the same, but that's how Inglewood was and shit. You know, that's a trip. Oh, so in Pico Rivera, they allow for like
you have the opportunity because there's so much going on, dog. You know, like there's so many people with businesses
shit,
or you know their own leagues and type of shit. Like there's so much shit for you to do. My situation was just one of the things where like my mom died when I was a kid. You feel me? So after that, it was like fuck. You know, no more. And then my sisters were young. You know, they were like they're older than me, but they were young adults trying to figure out life too.
Without the mom and shit.
Yeah, so nobody was really there to, you know, give me that guidance no more. You know what I mean? So,
what age did your mom pass away and shit?
I think she was 42.
Oh no, like you when? How
old
I
was 12.
Oh shit,
I was 12.
yeah,
right there.
That's really young too.
Yeah, that's why I needed it. You know
yeah, for sure.
So
that's when like really like you're like transitioning from being a kid to like understanding like
to a young
some grown up shit kind of right. You know?
Well, my son's 12 right now, right? And I can't help but to look at him and think like, damn. He still has a baby face, you know. Yeah. He's not tall, like he's just. And I'm thinking like, fuck, like this is when I was on my own. You feel me? Yeah. And now I grasp it. You feel me? Like when I was 12, I thought I was a man already. Like, fuck it, I got this. Woo. But in hindsight, now seeing my son, it's like, damn, like I needed those talks that me and him have. You know, those trips, like the quality time together. Like I feel like I have an understanding of how to be the father that he needs because of what I lacked. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, because of what you're missing, you're kind of like, I know what, like, at least like
my dad was around, don't get me wrong, but he was struggling. Yeah. Like when he lost my mom, he lost the love of his life. You feel what I'm saying? So tough, it broke him, dog, you know?
Did he like start drinking type shit?
The drinking never stopped after that. You know? Like at all, you know?
Yeah.
And he was one of them guys, like, he sympathized with me. It's crazy because I think now if that happened in my household, I think I'd probably be the same, dog. Like he was at a point where he was like, "Hey, you feel like going to school or not?" No, all right, well then rest. You know.
Oh, he was like trying to make you happy, like from different ways.
He saw me broke. I was broken too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I was, dog. I hustled with my mom on the streets from the age of 5. You know, selling clothes out the trunk. You know. Yeah. My mom was
a hustler,
cold hustler, dog. That's where I get it from. You know.
Yeah.
But just
where did she pass away from? You don't mind me asking?
Pancreatic cancer.
Oh shit.
She had a car accident when I was 6 months old, and the old school cesareans, you ever seen them? C-sections?
Yeah.
So it was 6 month fresh wound, and she got into a car accident, and the steering wheel went into her stomach. So it tore the C-section apart. So my mother died for 4 minutes, and then she came back. Yeah, she came back. She always told me she came back for me, you know?
Yeah.
But that wound, you know, the healing process of it created a cancer after years and years and years.
That's
you know?
crazy and shit.
Yeah, so after years, it you know,
and I'm crazy because I'm gonna be 42, dude. Like in September and shit. So I feel like I feel old, but I still feel like if I got like 30, 40 years, you know, or some shit, no? You know,
the thing now is that, right, look, the thing about getting older is that you start to realize you're not immortal, dog.
Yeah.
So like, even me at my age, dog, trust me, I'm extremely paranoid, fool, calculated. Like, everything has to be a certain way for me to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trustworthy of a lot of things because I realize, like, now, right after the shit that I've been through, I realize, like, not for me, dog. You know, like if you know, Lord forbid, if I pass away, I'm good with how I live my life.
Sure. You're fulfilled, right?
But I understand that my family's not.
Yeah.
You know, so to me, like, I'm living for them right now. You feel me? I know, I see it, dog. You know, like if I come a missing, dog, my kids are gonna suffer. You know, my family's gonna suffer. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's one.
And it's good that you see it. So you kind of live more for them now and shit, no?
Well, yeah, I'm on my toes. Like I've always been, because you know the neighborhood groomed us that way. You know, like my generation. If you didn't have a blower on you and you got caught walking the streets, we got DP'd. You know?
Yeah.
It was one of them generations. So and then not only that, like I've had people die in front of me, right? Like people that I love and all that shit. My homeboy Casper died in my arms, literally.
Oh man, that sucks.
So I think that fool fucked me up, you know. And then
because that could be you.
Well, right? I never seen nobody die like that till that day, you know. So that shit really fucked me up, fool. Like I'm not gonna lie, to this day, I don't think a day goes by that I don't have a flash of that. You know?
Oh shit.
So
you're like traumatizing shit.
Yeah.
And you know the other thing is like Hispanics in general. I don't want to say all Hispanics, but people that I know, they won't go talk to a therapist, bro. And you need that. No, you need to like
you do
like spill the beans out and shit, bro. Like to help you, know. And I feel like we're proud folks, know that we're just like, well, nah,
we just don't have
the
the awareness of that. Fool. Yeah. We don't have the awareness that communication is important. Yeah. Like you got to communicate your feelings. That's why, to be honest with you, that's one of the main reasons why I rap. Because I'm able to like let out. Like you see what I'm saying? Like my paranoia, it comes out in my music. Like I'll kill anybody wherever the fuck. That's what I'm saying in my music.
Sure.
Because that's the fear that's inside of me. You feel me? My inner fear is communicating through anger, because that's the only way I know how to express fear. Yeah, that's how I was taught. You never show fear. You show defense.
Strength,
you know what I'm saying?
Shit,
you show strength. You know. So but the not being educated in that will fuck you up, dog. Because what do most people like rely on after that? Drugs, habits. You know. Yeah. To suppress what they're going through. You feel what I'm saying?
And live in anger and shit.
Living angry.
You know?
Living angry, and then that. Reflecting now on the people around you that you're supposed to be loving. You, I had an incident. I'm gonna share with you some personal shit, right? So a couple weeks ago was my son's birthday, and super excited, right? It's my little boy. Fuck, that fool's my twin. So it's his birthday, dog, and I'm the type of dude that's closer to his homeboys from his hood than like his primos and shit.
Oh, right, yeah.
So if you go to my son's birthday party, you're gonna see the homeboys there deep as fuck, you know. And a lot of my family doesn't like that. You know, they clash with that. Like, fuck, fool, we come to your birthday parties and, you know, we expect family and it's a gang party. And I'm and I get upset with my family because I'm like, that's you being judgmental. All these dudes are family men, successful, you know, fools that I've been through the trenches with that I can count on. So long story short, dog, my closest homeboys come and I'm excited, fool, my son. I'm emotional, fool, you know, for some reason, I don't know what the fuck, but I was emotional that day. So my son's cutting his cake, and I'm having a moment, dog. I'm having a moment of my parents not being there and me wanting them to see how far I've come. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm also with the guys that I have the same homies from kindergarten, you know?
Yeah.
Literally, like I've been extremely blessed, you know? Yeah. I'm extremely, I know their deepest secrets. They know mine. Like we know everything about each other, right? We know the times we got marked out that we don't want to talk about, you know, when we were little. And then all that shit, right? So they're there. So like I said, I'm very excited, fool. And, you know, we started playing certain music, dog. And then here I am, fool, like fucking sauce, you know?
Yeah.
Having a good time with my boys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I scare
the regular
folks, dog. Yeah. But I'm not aware of it because I'm in my little spectrum, fool, like loving my son, you know, fuck, come on, dog. I'm at my own pad. Like, you know, everything's perfect, dog. So I scare the family away, right? And then my wife's like, the next day, my wife's like, hey, like, you know, you were acting up last night, right? And I'm like, damn, babe, like, I blanked the fuck out. I don't remember that part, you know? And then she's like, what's wrong with you? Like, why do you have to translate your joy in that way, you
sure,
know?
Sure.
And that bothered me, fool, right? It sat with me for the day. Like, as I'm going through my day, I'm thinking about that. Like, damn, what the fuck is, like, why can't I just show joy and like, what's going on with me, right?
Yeah.
And it bothered me for a week. So through that week, I'm dissecting my whole, I'm like that, fool. I'm
Your
obsessive.
behavior and shit, yeah.
You know what had happened, fool? I'm going to tell you what happened. My father-in-law came a little late to the party, right? And I went out there to meet him. But when I went out there to meet him, somebody that I had never seen on my block passed by me in a white truck and was mad dogging me, fool.
Oh, sure.
Feel me?
Yeah.
So that there triggered a thought in my head like, hey, fool, you're fucking slipping right now.
Yeah.
Just because you're all happy it's your fucking son's birthday. Like, don't forget who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, people recognize you.
And first thing I do is I go in and then I, you know, and I arm myself. Feel me?
Yeah.
And then, but that's, you know, I don't know. That's the wrong thing to do when you're drinking tequila heavy.
For sure. Fool. And you're around your homies and shit, right?
Thank you.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it really upset me, dog, that all it took was that microsecond of me feeling vulnerable and fucking, I was like, boom, you know? Like,
fucking wolf.
I'm on point, you know what I'm saying? And that there ruined the moment that I was really having, dog. You feel what I'm saying? Well, it didn't ruin it for me. I had a blast. But my family that I love and care for and respect, I felt a certain type of way, dog. And to me, it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Because let's say that I overlooked that moment because I'm all fucking happy now. I'm a family man and I want to forget about my past to where I completely forget it. Dog, the goons out there don't give a fuck.
They
dog.
don't, dude. They don't care what stage of your life.
They don't give a fuck what stage. You're a trophy. You a trophy, homie. You know what I'm saying? And I struggle with that. You know, I struggle with that medium, because it's like I can't ever let go of who I am, dog. You know, like no matter how successful I am, no matter, because I'm extremely successful right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been immensely blessed. You know.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I work hard for everything.
For sure,
have. Like I don't.
None of that shit unless you win the lottery and shit, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know?
get me. Everything comes at a cost, and the biggest cost that I've noticed is time.
Yeah.
Right. Like the more money you're making, the less time you are with your family.
Days ain't long enough
me?
for me. Yeah. Days just are not long enough for me, dog. I've always had that issue. Like fuck.
Yeah, because the kids grow fast. I remember when I was like grinding, dude. There was a time where I was working like 2-3 jobs and shit, bro. You know, because I had a goal in life that I wanted to meet. Like. We had an investment. I needed 10 racks to get going on something. And I was like, well, fuck, I'm going to get 10 racks. You get me? And I've never been the one to kind of like, oh, I'm going to go do some janky shit. No, like, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to find this shit and I'm going to do it.
You got work ethic,
yeah. And then I remember my wife telling me like, damn, like it was like 2 years that we barely saw you and shit, dude. Because I would just come in, sleep, and roll out. Boom, you know, and then just cycling through for 2 years. And so one day I was like, fuck, I think I got enough. I'm like tired and shit. And then life got easier after that and shit, dude. You get me? But it does come at an expense.
At a cost,
shit,
hell yeah.
bro,
I was just going through that shit last year. People think I'm lying when I said I moved to San Francisco for 4 months. I had to, you know?
Oh, shoot.
And there was a bag up there for me to go get work-wise. And I went, you know, and I was living up there. And I had never done that before, mind you. But I seen it like affecting my family. My wife was losing sleep because, you know, she's used to me being next to her.
Yeah.
And then
we become habitual people, bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then my kids were feeling vulnerable to a certain type of way, you know, and I was lonely as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had money up there and I was
you can go eat
alone with all the
shit.
homies. You know, all my crew is homies. So we were like, let's go hit this bar. Let's go to But that shit, that's not where it's at for me, fool. Like to me, that's careless, dog. Like first of all, I'm upstate where everybody hates me. You know? And second of all, like I'm supposed to be out here grinding. You know what I mean? Like my mind is always hustle. Like I'm spending. What the fuck am I doing out here? You know what I mean? Like fuck that. I'll go back to the motel room, fucking chill, you know, watch sports or whatever the fuck. But I was lonely, dog. Like the money wasn't, I was making a fucking killing too, dog. Like it was like 20 racks a month, you know?
Oh shit, that's dope.
But I'm saying like, was it worth it? No.
Yeah.
Like it didn't even, the amount of money didn't matter. Fool. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So I went through that too. Like,
because the money goes, dude.
Fool.
Too. Almost as fast as you, like, faster than you make it and shit.
The same way $100 will go in your bank account is the same way $100K will go in your bank account.
For sure.
Like, that's another thing I'm learning too. That's another thing that I'm learning too, dog, is like, But I read that a long time ago in a book in prison, right? I read this. I forgot the name of the book and everything, but the guy was like, if you have faith or if you believe in God, right?
Yeah.
It's contradictory to your faith when you're like counting every penny and saving it, you know? That means that you don't have faith in God to keep providing for you.
Sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
You're more glorifying money and shit.
Most
right?
definitely, right? Yeah. So he said spend like you're rich because you are. You know what I mean? If you have that faith, you're wealthy, you know, beyond, and it's true. For me, I've learned whether it's hard to grasp sometimes, like I'm the type of motherfucker, dog, like if there's 10 G's in my bank account, I'm broke. Fool.
Yeah.
You know, I know how fast that can go.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I mean?
sure. That's like a month of living and shit when you think about it and shit, right? You get me?
So when I was going to Frisco, I stopped, fool. I quit, and then I said, I don't have nothing else lined up, but fuck it. I got my music money. I got the savings. Like, I'll figure it out. And sure enough, fool, I was in a better situation within like days, bro, you know?
That's creepy. Yeah.
But that's faith. You feel what I'm saying? This is my faith. I'm outside.
Let me open the door.
Yeah, just get the Hummer real quick.
Keep everybody.
Yeah, but anyways, but like I was saying is like, you know, the glorifying the money is very, very distracting from your actual purpose, you know? It's like the money becomes a distraction, dog. It's like you gotta be careful with that shit, man, you know? But yeah, man, you know, just learning lessons, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you know what I mean? But all that shit, like, I try to make myself aware of the things that I'm learning because I feel like it's one of the things, dog, like, as I grow and I learn, I wanna share with like my homeboys, my kid.
Yeah.
So that I don't forget.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to take them for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like the lessons, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's funny you say that too, because one of the things I realized, dude, was like, damn, I will go like try and save money and all that. And you know, money loses value every year.
Yeah.
Right? Because of inflation and all that. If you just have it in an account and shit, you know? And one of the things I was thinking, if you're not doing investments, because nobody teaches us money management, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know?
Nobody teaches that.
Yeah. One of the things was like, at least you can create experiences for the kids, no? That you never had, like, oh, we're gonna go to Disneyland or we're gonna go Hawaii and shit or something, no? So then your kids always remember, like, oh shit, I remember I was young, I went, no? So you're creating these life experiences for them and shit. That's kind of how I went about it, where I would be like, damn, I'm gonna do this with the kids and shit, bro, so that they remember that, you know?
I had an uncle, dog, that every summer he would take time off, and literally all my primos were like, I mean, this motherfucker didn't miss one amusement park, you know? It was Universal, Disney, Magic, Knott's.
Everything is
all back to back for like 2 weeks, right? And my summers were completely opposite, you know what I mean? It was at that point, it was an opportunity for my mom to have me to go help her hustle, you know?
Oh, all right. Yeah,
so it was like, I didn't get vacations, full. Yeah, like 7, I was back up.
Sure.
And then it was like, get in the van and let's go downtown, get what we need, then go slang, you know?
Yeah.
And one time, my uncle was like, hey, he told my mom, leave this fool with me for the summer. And my mom was like, I need him, man. He helps me, you know? And he was like, well, he needs a fucking vacation. He needs to be a child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't grasp that shit neither at the time. My mom had me like so programmed that
that's all you knew.
Yeah, like amusement parks, that's for rich kids. We're not rich. You know what I'm saying? Like McDonald's, who buys McDonald's? That's for rich. Like my mom never bought, man, dog.
No, I feel you.
You feel me? That era pecado esa madre, way. Like you want. What
it was like money wasted. We're gonna make some eggs right now.
I got some fire ass shit at the you know what I mean? So but now that it's my turn, like trust me, dog, we have multiple vacations every year. Because I realize that that's where you make the memories, you know?
Yeah, you do.
Like, that's where you make the little moments and shit. And, like, you...
Because one day when you pass away, like, you know, apart from all your music and all that, that's the memories you have. Those pictures that we're going to remember, like, oh, shit, I remember
I don't have none with my family.
Me either.
I have the last trip that my mom took me to El Salvador.
I have prison memories, visiting my dad in jail.
I have more of those.
Yeah.
But that was the one vacation before my mother died that she took me, and we have some pictures, but none of me and her together, you know?
Oh, all right.
It's just like her and my dad at the beach, shit like that. But that's important, dog. You know what I mean? And that's one thing, though, that I will give props to, like, the men of this generation. Like, I see men being better fathers than women now, man.
Oh,
I'm not even going to front, homie.
No, yeah, for real.
From the principles to the integrity that they instill in their kids, like, men are on their shit right now, dog.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'll put it like this. I have my kids in mixed martial art, right? My 2 daughters, right? I saw this fucking video, dog, of these little girls, they I think it was here in LA, fool. They jumped a little girl after the bus at the bus stop, stomped her out. The little girl died later in the hospital.
Oh, I think I seen that. Yeah.
Fuck, fool. I saw that shit. That shit triggered me, fool. You know, I was like, because I started to remember when we used to ride the bus. Like, we were packing fools on the bus for no reason, though, you know? Yeah. So I was like, I told my daughters, like, fuck that. Like, you guys ain't going out like that. Like, you're going to learn how to put something in a fucking chokehold or some shit, you know? Yeah. Fight back and I take them to mixed martial art. Bullshit you not, dog. Nothing but dads there, fool, with their kids.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
And everybody's there watching the practice, fool, you know? Taking pictures, videos. And I don't remember that when I was a kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember the moms, if anything, you know?
Yeah, but like now, at the soccer games and shit.
Yeah, but now men are involved, dog. And that's like, you know, I think that it's good, fool. You know what I mean? It's very important for the culture and for like our communities, dog, to have more men present. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I think for sure. What do you think made that switch and shit?
I think that so the dads of okay, like my dad's generation of fatherhood, right? Dog, them fools didn't give you a hug, fool.
Yeah, they were tough love. For sure.
It was it was tough love like a motherfucker, dog. So I think that hardness in us now, our generation, makes us vulnerable towards our kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're chipping away at the hard shell that we have, through our kids. You feel what I'm saying? Like we're living through them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I think, at least, because I always hear that. Fuck, anywhere that my parents couldn't afford this shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's true, fool. I
didn't have toys growing up. Yeah, I can't remember me like having a toy that I was like, I remember seeing other kids with toys and like, that's just dope and shit, you know?
Yeah, I got the hand-me-downs from my cousins.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. Yeah.
Little hand-me-downs or the cheap toy. Like I never got the actual Hulk Hogan, you know?
Oh, right.
I would get the Hulk Hogan without the brocha.
Oh, right.
But downtown, you know? Yeah. Like, but fuck it though. You feel me? Like it man, it made me a worker, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, but I believe that we know better now. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like our generation, and we're more aware. And not only that, fool, I hate to say it, but women are putting men through the ringer right now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I think a lot of that came out exposed that it's kind of like a lot of lies, right? Like the women used to keep, I don't want to say all women, but they were keeping actually the husbands away from being a dad. No? Like my mom ended up divorcing my dad, so it wasn't my dad's fault. Every time he would come, she would talk shit. So of course he's gonna leave, right? So I don't think it was like his fault that he wasn't there. But I also think that.
But what do you think about that now? How do you judge that as far as your mom's decision?
I just be like, damn, my mom fucked up.
Okay,
you
thank
get me?
You. Yeah.
Because my mom even changed my name because I have my dad's name and shit, bro.
She was petty.
Yeah, and she would call me, And then when, I grew up being called my name, and then when I was over there, they were just like, oh, that's not your name. You got it. When you go to high school, you have to take your birth certificate because that's where it starts to count. It starts to count. And they were like, oh, well, your name is this and shit. And then it was like, you got to go by that name now and shit. And I was just like, damn, fucking moms and shit. Even took his last name off and shit,
That's lack of her upbringing too, though,
Yeah. Well, that's the only way she know how to react. I mean, but don't get me wrong, my dad was cheating too, probably. He had like 2-3 families and shit, you get me? So I mean, at the end of the day, I understand her. I just don't like, damn, you don't use your kids as weapons and shit. Though,
weaponize your children.
Yeah, that's what it was and shit.
Yeah, you
basically,
weaponize the children.
Yeah.
But that's a cycle though, fool.
It is.
That's a cycle. Like abusive men create abusive women. You know what I'm saying? And then vice versa,
Yeah.
So it's like, we need to like, as households, we need to understand like our position, our hierarchy,
Yeah.
That's the most arguments we'll ever have. Me and my wife is like, I tell my son, hey, fool, go do your chores. Get up,
Yeah.
Oh, babe, he's off tomorrow. He could do it tomorrow. Who the fuck asked you,
Yeah.
Did I ask you?
Yeah. Talk to me in private and shit?
Did I ask? Why you, and I'll point it out on the spot.
Yeah.
Why are you making this fool feel like he has a choice?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to me.
Say, now I'm going to have to whoop his ass if he don't do it.
But to me, but the good thing, I'm very lucky, right? My son is the type that he sees us beefing and he'll just get up,
Like, I'm going to do it.
Like I don't want to hear, like, why the
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, it's one of the things, dog, to where like, I'm teaching my son already how to be a good employee, fool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, not talk back. Like, your boss needs you to do something, dale gas,
Yeah.
Because that's what, like, when I'm working with younger dudes, it's like, that's the first thing I notice. They don't know how to take direction, dog.
Yeah.
It's like they're very sensitive and
they're not practical.
They're entitled to too much emotion, dog. motherfuckers feel, and it's, look, social media does that, right?
Mhm.
Because you feel something, what? Instantaneously post it. Boom.
Yeah.
You beef with your homie, fuck that fool. Boom.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you beef with a bitch,
Yeah.
fuck that bitch. Boom.
Yeah, yeah.
Therefore, you're short stopping you from within processing that moment.
Uh-huh.
You're acting on impulse, and only idiots act on impulse.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Crash dummies.
Yeah.
Every motherfucker that acts on impulse gonna fall off a cliff, dog.
For
you
sure.
know?
Yeah, something not good is gonna come
So
out
that
of it.
instant gratification, dog, is a weakness. You feel what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's making these motherfuckers weak, dog.
Yeah.
They don't have no poise. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
So to me, it's like, that's the biggest, like, dog, if I leave any legacy behind, that's the legacy that I want to leave behind, is like the importance of a hierarchy in a family, dog, you know?
Yeah.
Because that changes everything for your family.
And I think a lot of it too has to do, that changed a lot of the things, is back then, you know, the music, dude, and on TV, they had certain things that you would see, right?
Yeah.
And it created the hierarchy of the family, the dad and this, right? And I think now they have like the city girls, dude, right? They have like I could keep naming them, right? Back then, I think when Little Kim was barely coming out, remember? It was starting to create an effect where women felt,
well, they were making women masculine.
I could be a hoe too, type shit, like not just the men and shit, right? Yeah,
that's all we see now is masculine women.
Yeah, yeah,
that's it.
And I feel like that, and now on TV where you see like the housewives and shit, bro, and all these things, I think created a switch in our, not just culture, but in the way of life and shit, bro.
Yeah,
where,
too much entitlement, emotional entitlement.
Sure, you know. So I think
like
that's a trip.
Everybody
shit, you know?
wants to be validated, dog, how they feel, and that's not possible.
Yeah,
you can't validate every emotion. Like, what people don't understand is, like, even biblically, like, the Lord said that these feelings that you're feeling are to test your will, to test how weak you are. You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
So people aren't realizing that your emotions are a built-in distraction to test your will. So what our emotions do is constantly test us, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why emotions are there. You know what I mean? Animals aren't tested by emotion.
Sure.
You don't see no other species but the human species being tested by emotion, dog.
Yeah, you have like sadness
but because our purpose is bigger.
Sure.
You know? You don't look to a goat or a fucking dog to lead a nation.
Yeah, yeah.
Or to lead a household. You know what I'm saying? You look to a man, you feel, or a woman, right?
Sure.
Because we have the test of will. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Therefore, we have the ability to protect these children and protect this wife or this husband. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And do what's best for them. But you know, people don't want to struggle right now, dog. And that's the biggest message that I believe that people need to understand, dog, is like, don't knock your struggles, bro.
Yeah.
Them shits are necessary. They're vital. These 50-50 yards, dog, are validating a lot of weak emotion too. The minute motherfuckers get in debt, oh, fuck the homies. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Bitch, didn't nobody force you to take that sack?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Drugs
and since
shit,
you took it and got high, go do that fucking holla, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Answer up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's the other thing. Accountability has been lost
right?
And
like,
shit,
I was
dude,
telling my homeboy on the way over here, like, people are they're shortcutting the lesson, dog.
Yeah.
You know, they don't let the lesson unfold, dog. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I had to hit rock bottom, fool, to be at the top now, you know?
Sure.
Like, I had to, fool. There was no, dog, like, my charm, my personality, my good looks, my fucking intelligence, I had it my way on the streets, fool. There wasn't shit I didn't get. When I was like my full-blown thugging, fool, I had it all, bro. Money, cars, females.
And it's an addictive lifestyle,
the
too,
best
dude.
homeboys,
You know what I mean?
but I had no accountability.
Yeah.
¿Me entiendes? Like, it was no like, I'm gonna do 40 hours for this money. Fuck no.
Yeah.
You need that bread? 30 minutes, we gonna have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know where to go.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got it. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, but I never learned shit, dog. What I do? The cycle kept going 4 terms, dog. You know, back to back to back to back until the last one, which I did a decade. That's the one that fucking broke me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? My dad died while I was there. My brother-in-law died while I was there.
That's the worst, right?
My primo died.
you know?
Dog, that shit, homie. That shit, fuck, dog. He'll tell you he did years with me. Never once did I cry to him about losing my dad.
Yeah.
Never.
Well,
once.
you have to suck it up, right?
You gotta suck it up,
Yeah,
fool.
yeah.
Never once did I tell my homeboy, fuck, fool, I'm going through it, dog.
Yeah. But did you feel like a certain kind of way because you couldn't go to the funeral and shit, dude? Like, right? Like that.
Well, I was
eats you
my
up
father's
inside,
only
no?
son, because I was my only father's son. So to me, I disappointed him, dog, you know?
Yeah.
There was nobody to give face, dog. There was just women there, you know,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
daughters, and they're, you know, they're going through it. There was no man, dog. Like,
Yeah.
I failed, fool. And that has been my biggest failure that I always reflect on, you know?
Oh.
And that what got me right. That shame, fool, you know?
Oh, that's
Esa
what's
vergüenza,
up.
güey, ¿me
Like
entiendes?
there's something you can pinpoint as a
That's
transition
it.
for you.
That was it, fool.
dude. Yeah.
That moment right there, like, it's because I was a little, you know, I was that bitter kid, dog. Like, I thought to myself, oh, after my mother died, my dad just left me, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But damn, dog, like, looking into his history, like, his parents left him at 7.
Yeah.
So he did more than what he was taught.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'm over here judging this fool. You know what I'm saying? So that accountability made me like check myself, dog. Like, and I had never done that before.
Yeah.
Like reflected on myself, you know?
Yeah.
So that moment there allowed me to reflect as a father, you know, as a brother, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as a husband
homie,
and shit, you know?
Well, I wasn't married then yet,
right,
but yeah, dog, those moments of and I always tell people too, dog, like shame is the biggest teacher for any man, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like a man has to feel shame, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or else we don't learn.
It's a bad feeling and shit, bro.
We can't handle that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? A man can't handle. That's why you see these fools, right, dog? Look, so many fools lock it up, roll it up, do mamadas, right? And they say that they did that choice because they wanted to be there for their family.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those motherfuckers get out and then go be family men?
Yeah, yeah.
None of them.
Probably.
Them motherfuckers now, they have bruised egos, right? And their reputations are wounded. It doesn't let them rest, dog.
For sure.
Motherfuckers are still trying to be the toughest guy on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're back to their BG days. You know what I'm saying? They got to prove themselves all over.
All
again.
extra and shit.
And it's over.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody believes you no more, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had the opportunity to rise to the occasion and you fucking failed the mission, dog, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, it's like, you know, embrace your struggles, homie, because that's what's gonna make you the toughest, you know?
Yeah, that's facts right there, dude, for sure, man, you know? And then just to take it back a little bit for just on the music and shit, dude. Like, at what age did you start doing music and shit?
Professionally, like I started doing music, I want to say I was 22 years old,
22?
22.
Did you ever fuck with it, like in high school or junior high or anything like that?
I was on so much dope, fool.
Yeah?
My gangbanging was like my world, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, like...
And you're like on the old school days, no? Where like, hey, raps for... Not for the Hispanics type shit, probably, no? Right?
Yeah. So my homeboy Stomper one day, fucking in a car, we sat there, and my homeboy, rest in peace, right? He busts out this portfolio of a gang of No Limit CDs, and he's all, "We need to do this, eh?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's all, "Dick, independent, like this fucking guy Master P is selling CDs out the trunk, fool, making millions,
crazy, right? Yeah.
And I'm like, "What the fuck are you? Well, who has a studio?" And you know.
Yeah.
But it was a thought. And then I went to prison like a couple weeks after that. I get out fucking 3 years later and this fool has a record deal.
Mm-hmm.
So Stomper comes to get me like 4 days out of the joint and he's like, "Dick, all them questions you had, like I figured it out. Let's go."
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, "What?" And then now we're in the studio with Capone and them. And to be honest with you, like we weren't really Capone fans growing up. You feel me? But it was one of the things where like I was learning, and Capone was cool, dog. You know, at the time, for what we knew, we found out later on that we were getting, you know, exploited and shit. But I mean, at the moment, it was like, well, we're going to another state to do a show. What? Like, we're going to another country? Like, what the, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, and we thought we were doing something, and we saw the motion, you know what I mean? But I still didn't believe, dog.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I got signed. 4 months later, I caught 10 years.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I was able to hit
but
the
did you rap though? Like how did that come about? That
rapping,
your friend Stomper was like,
well, because I used to be,
I'm gonna tell Bozo and shit.
I used to always be DJ.
Oh, okay. So you were into music or something.
Super.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I would sit next to, I wanted to hear it, you know?
Yeah.
And I would rap along to every lyric.
Oh,
that was me since I was a kid, you know?
Yeah.
I had all the CDs. That's back when you could steal CDs from fucking Tower Records, you know?
Some goodies and shit.
Get them. I had everything, dog, you know? Yeah. So fucking, so that love for music, my homeboy Stomper's like, "I know you know how to rap." Oh, not only that, we'd be in county jail and I'll be freestyling, you know? Fucking around. And he'd be like, and he would just watch me, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
And that, when I paroled, he told Capone, "This is the real rapper. Like, I'm just trying to be, you know?
Yeah.
He's the one, you know?
Oh, shit.
And yeah, I recorded, you know, some songs and Capone was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it," you know? But it was dope.
And that's typical, no? Like you said that you were getting kind of like not the money you were supposed to be getting. That's pretty typical for everybody.
Oh, no, it's textbook, record deal shit. Yeah, unless you're an artist, like, for example, let's say Lefty, right? How Lefty paroled and his viral was just like through the roof, right?
Yeah.
Like these guys can't be denied. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
But if you're in the building process, your first record deal is you're gonna get raped.
For sure, right? Yeah.
And you gotta, you know, you gotta take that in stride. You feel me?
Sure.
Like,
and learn from it.
Nobody else is gonna invest in you. Like you're a project from the ground up. Like who the fuck? And what do we know if we're gonna? For all I know, I'm taking a loss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's what ruined Capone. Capone dropped so many projects that at the volume that he was doing it, he was losing money, Because
it was more expensive then than it is
95% of those artists that he put out didn't make it. So that was studio time, beats, time that was wasted, right? That we can't get back. So I mean, that's
and then
rough.
so like when you say that the deal wasn't good, like that's something that like you signed the deal though, right? Like you were, if you didn't read it, that was your bad.
I signed in the county jail.
Oh, okay.
Because I needed money for my lawyer.
Oh, okay.
So it was one of those things where they brought me the fucking contract, and I was like, just fucking sign it. Like I might not get out anyway.
Out of desperation.
It was 85 to life I was supposed to get.
Oh,
so I was like, Dick, I'm not getting out. Just give me those racks, and I'm gonna go stay with that,
Yeah.
And I didn't give a fuck, but yeah, dog, it was it was a deal.
And
but
then you don't know like until you start seeing numbers, and now you're performing. They're telling you're kind of like, well, shit. You can kind of put two and two together, right? Like
what you're seeing,
like you said, you're in the motion and shit.
You're seeing the expenses that he's making, and we were independent labels, so we were selling CDs after the shows, the table, and we're seeing everything, and it's like, damn, like, oh fuck, like you just made 4 racks right now, like in 2 hours, like,
sure.
You know what I mean? What's going on?
One show and shit.
But even then, though, like the homie love was so strong, deeply rooted in us, we didn't question the homies.
Oh, I see.
It was like that's how me and my homeboy Stomper were brought up. The rest of them weren't, dog. When it comes to criminal Capone, they were businessmen, dog.
Sure.
Like, to them, fuck your loyalty. Like,
you know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you weren't making money, they would have cut you and shit too, right?
At the end of the day, it was, it was a business, dog. But me and my homeboy, we had that hood loyalty to where like, hey, we're riding this out with the homies till it pays off,
Yeah.
So fuck it. But I mean, it did what it did. It all had its purpose,
Yeah, I mean, it got you known for sure.
Well, it got me known to where I did my 10 years and still got out and was able to just drop.
Yeah.
And everybody was waiting. You gotta think, fool. I was out like a month. I got my first record deal. Like it was quick, cashed out. You know what I mean? And fuck, literally, they threw a whole label on my back. Fan First I was carrying that label, when I first paroled, and we did good. I mean, look, dog, people could say what they want, right? I'm the first homie rapper that tapped into the LA streets for real. Like, I was the first one to have G Perico on my shit, RJ, Joe Moses, Compton AD. All these guys now are pillars in the community. But at the time, they weren't fucking with the homies.
Sure.
There was no collaborations like that. Not even with
Unless
the biggest
you were like
artists.
a big artist.
But not even then. They were doing it at a
well, there wasn't
hemisphere.
like a big Hispanic artist too, like on the radio at the time too, right?
So
I mean, the biggest artist at that time was probably the guy that sings the Raza song, no?
Oh, Kid Frost?
Kid Frost, right? He was like the biggest Hispanic artist
at the time. But he never really merged like that neither.
No, he didn't. No.
If you go to the comments on my old videos, the Raza's dissing me, fool.
Oh, all right.
Que soy negrero.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Why would you put your money in the pockets of them and not other? And I'm like, what the? This is hip hop, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think I'm gonna do? Start an NBA team and hire number homies? Nah, bitch. We need fucking
I'm trying to win
athletic motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Fools that don't, So we're trying to win, right?
That'd be a dope ass skit, actually.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like what the fuck, dog? Like.
That's how funny that is. It would be a dope ass skit.
But it's true.
It makes sense.
But you see that. But
it's
now,
a business mind thinking.
But now, though, dog, it's like you can't do nothing without features with them now.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And which is cool, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I accomplished something. You feel me? It's like I merged. You know what I mean? People can say what the fuck they want, but as far as business wise,
Perico's popping, dude.
And we can go all them fools, dog. All them fools. All them fools are popping, and they all made their own way, But at the time, I was on, and I only did that because of Dope Man from Peep CNT, like a homie that he don't get no credit neither. Like in the background,
he's
just
the one that made introductions.
Working with all. Well, he was working with all them before,
Yeah.
He was their videographer, helping them manage. Like he helps manage OT Genesis.
Oh, okay.
That's how I went on the road with him too. I'm telling you, dog. Like shit. Just we were the first doing it, dog, and then it took off, which is great, because it did evolve the culture and the sound. We were no longer like just in a box. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that was dope, but now the
you were like the next wave of that stuff, right?
I was the only guy too with a label on his back, with that funding, you know what I'm saying, with that budget. Like, I had an open budget, dog. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
fire.
I had an open budget for features or whatever. I remember I would come to the studio and be like, "Hey, I got so and so. How much? Boom, here, bam, bam. Oh, all right. I wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the buzz was that strong, The buzz was that strong, so we were just trying to capitalize on that shit, and we did a lot of shit, dog. You know what I mean? But But now presently, it's like I feel like it's one of the moments for me personally to where it's like, so what next?
Sure.
It's time to start from scratch again. Maybe not that drastic, right?
Because now you at least have motion, no? Like no matter what you do, you have a following. And shit.
Now I have to look at the next void in the music, you know, and see if I could fill it, right? To me right now, the void for the culture is mature music, you know? Like we don't have no Larry Junes, dog, for our culture. We don't have no
I was just hearing that the other day, dude.
We don't have no hustler music like Young Dolph. Like nobody's really doing that type of Nipsey, you know? Nobody
everybody's trying to copy.
There's a whole
audience,
now, no? Dog. There's a whole audience of grown men. Like, listen, dog. I'm not knocking the little homies, right?
Sure.
I can't bump them, fool.
Yeah. Like if you had to bump one, like who do you rock with right now? And the young and coming.
The youngin' ones that I because I listen to lyrical content, right? Sure. Is I listen to Lefty heavy because he's just crazy. So the thing that I like about Lefty is how unorthodox his style is, and he still rides the beat. You know,
all right, yeah,
like that fool. I don't know. He's he's different, right? Like he's able to blend. And then like I listen to Little Weirdo. To me, like he's dope. You know, like he's good for the culture because he's like a fly young essay. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
And like he really promotes that player shit. You know what I'm saying? To where like it chips away at the fucking super tough guy. Like I gotta kill somebody on every fucking
song. It's not
song.
like hop on music.
Right? Well, it's not party. Well, his is like party shit you can vibe to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's shit that we can club to. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to him. I listen to Peso. Peso obviously is different too. Yeah. Peso's obviously different too.
I had heard songs that I didn't know it was him that I thought were dope until later I was like, oh shit, that's who he is and shit. You know?
Yeah. Well, he's evolving. You know. Yeah. Well, you gotta understand too. He's blowing up in the prime of his like creativity. Like he's in the young 20s. Dog. He was a kid when he went to jail. You know.
Yeah.
He got out from the halls, right? Not like adult prison.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he paroled from the halls, right? When he got out. So, anyways, like he's in the, the prime of his creativity. You feel what I'm saying? I listen to him. Damn, who else, dog? That hasn't been around a while. Because you gotta think, all these guys only a couple years, you know?
Yeah.
I was listening
it's like
to
a
Suede.
Trend and shit.
I was listening to Suede, I was listening to Suede. There's a lot, fool.
All right. There are some that
there is some, but there's more that I don't. You know what I mean? There's way more that I don't. And even with the homies that I do listen to, I bump them rarely, you know?
Yeah. And it's crazy too how there's so many artists out here right now, right, dude?
Yeah.
Like there's some dope ass dudes out here that I run into TikTok
it's
that I have never heard of them and shit, dude. And I'm just like, dude, this fool got that West Coast Warren G vibe shit, you know?
Yeah,
which
is
music
rush
that I miss and shit, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Like the Gold Rush.
It's like the Gold Rush, like the internet showed like the Little Pumps and Red, whatever the fuck that guy's name is, and all those guys, right? 6ix9ine, and they showed that era blow up off of social media, and they created a Gold Rush, dog. Like everybody just wanted that because it was so easy and obtainable, right?
Sure.
The phone's here, fucking email the tracks, upload on. How do you fucking beat that? You know?
Yeah, I know, right?
As
like
far
all
as
from your phone and
like,
shit, dude.
How the fuck do you not try? You know?
Yeah.
So that's what we're seeing now is like a huge influx of people just trying to capitalize off of social media.
Yeah.
But what's happening though is that
it's
they're forgetting the work. You know what I mean? They're forgetting the actual work. Like we could go through fucking YouTube right now and just in our community, right, and go through songs. Nobody's really making records, fool. You know, nobody's really making records. Everybody's
or timeless music,
pumping out shit that they think is relevant to the time that we're in. You feel what I'm saying? So we're missing the business side to it, and I'm able to see both, right? Because I'm with OTR, so I get to go to big sessions like with big artists, and I see how they work. You know?
Yeah.
I see the process that they do, like to make records. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
So
they have a marketing mind.
It's very enlightening. Hell yeah. Well, they target they have a target before they even start.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
They're already like, who we targeting? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So there's a purpose. You know what I mean? It's what do you call it when you premeditated? You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
Everything's premeditated, but like I was telling you earlier, right? That's the lack of like veterans in our game that have been successful. Like you mentioned Kid Frost. Like why doesn't Kid Frost have his own independent label? Like I don't understand why. All them resources it has, all that networking, all that history it has in the music, like why not?
But doesn't it come to like, well, kind of how we say, nobody taught maybe the business side of it, no?
Shit, I know it now. know?
Yeah, well, I mean, because you chose to kind of.
If I was doing
you
this,
know?
dog, and not knowing the business side of it, I'm doing it for the wrong reasons.
Sure.
This shit's a business, homie.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, what you grossing? How much are you making annually?
That's what
like,
matters. And
like,
shit.
are you seeing a profit from what you're putting in? Like,
Yeah.
like, and are you having an effect? You know, is there a ripple effect? You know, like,
is it growing?
Dog, I haven't
shit,
dropped an album. I'm going on a year, fool. This is the longest I ever took, right? My streams are the same.
That's true.
They haven't influxed at all. You know what I'm saying?
Like your Spotify listeners.
And I was afraid of that.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of my fears. That was the reason why I dropped so much consistently, because I was afraid of me losing traction. But I got to a point where I was like, you know what? Like, I'm pumping so much shit, like I'm getting careless. It's time to sit back and take time to really do a project and then decide from then on if I want to keep going or not.
Like a quality project.
A quality project. Right? Something that I'm really proud of, something that I know, like, we win over, we put on the board and did corrections and all that shit.
And you got something in the works already, or?
Right now I'm working on my album. It's called I'm doing more. I'm trying to do like a compilation without making a compilation. Okay. So it's my solo album, but like I have features on almost every song, you know?
Oh, okay.
Like with up and coming artists and then known artists. Like I got Lefty on it, I got Weirdo on it, I got King Lil G on it, I got Money Sign Suede on it. I got I don't know, dog. I still gotta send Memo the Mafioso a track. I gotta send Sad Boy Loco a track.
That's dope.
I got a bunch of young artists. Yeah, so what I'm
like an all-star fucking
well, that's what I'm trying to do. So
what
I'm doing, you know? What I'm doing is I'll give you an example, right? I'm trying to use my imagination with this shit, right? What the title of the album is Blue Team, you know, Federation of Fighters, you know what I'm saying? So what I want to create is like an imaginary league of our people, our side, Southern Cali rappers fighting for their position. You feel what I'm saying?
All right.
So that's what I'm trying to do, dog. And then, you know, at the same time, like work with younger artists and then work with artists that are my age, you know what I'm saying? To you know what I mean? To, you know, rub off on each other, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? See what I do. But all these artists that I have on there, like I fuck with heavy, you know? So
and it's trippy because they're not all in the studio at the same time, right? Like a lot of this stuff now is like send them to open and shit, right?
I wish I could do that. That would be fun.
Dope, no?
Hell yeah. Well, that's how it was back in the day.
That's what I'm trying to say. We would
be in the studio.
Everything has changed.
Fuck, dog.
Now you send the open to somebody and then they send it back and shit. No, do you feel like that fucks with the
chemistry?
Yeah,
I think it does.
Of the song, like kind of like
like me and Lefty have the luxury to always record together, right?
Nearby
and we rub off on each other. You feel me? It's like so we have good, but I don't get to do that with most artists. You know? And it's me and Lefty's because of the OTR thing, you know.
Yeah.
So we get to.
And now you're signed to OTR.
OTR, yeah.
How is that going for you and shit, dude?
It's dope. It's a friendship that I didn't have before, you know.
Yeah.
And when I say friendship, like it's like with Solus, we're usually the two most mature guys in the studio. So when shit's going on, we tend to look at each other and be like, fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, you know, just like I need help from him in certain aspects of the game, like he'll reach out to me like if he needs something, you know what I'm saying? And where he feels like my influence or my, you know, whatever can help, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it's dope, dog, because he's not an artist, right? So I'm not dealing with a fucking artist ego.
Sure.
The man is the CEO and he sticks to what he does. You know what I'm saying? And every other label that I've been a part of, the label that I was a part of before that, when I was with High Power, they had every fucking guy was an artist, dog.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, they really weren't genuinely looking for you to fucking surpass them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like on this shit, Solus is like, shit, hey, if you're up to bat,
you blow up.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And
that's the goal,
that's the goal, dog. Yeah. And it's genuine, you know, like it's genuine because Lefty's younger than me. And it's like Lefty only listens to certain people.
Sure.
He's like any other one of us, right? Like if he sees you carrying yourself like he does or living the lifestyle he does, he's not gonna go to you for advice.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But if he sees like Lefty will tell me like
where he wants to be type shit.
Yeah,
maybe?
He's like he'll tell me straight up. He'll be like, "Fuck, fool! Like I love your life, dick."
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "What the fuck? What?" He was like, "Fool, you just came from a vacation with your family, right?" Yeah. Where were you at? Oh, fucking. Man, fool, take me. I ain't taking you. The fuck have you in the fucking room?
And the family picture,
you know,
with the big
He's
smile.
He's like, fuck, I want to go. And I'm like, and I tell him, Dick, take
you got
vacation.
A big smile and shit, dude, you know?
I tell him, take the vacation, fool. Like, what's stopping you? Like, get your mom and you and her, Dick. Like, go for a couple days, you know? or just different things, dog. You know what I mean? So like it's a good dynamic that we have. You feel what I'm saying? And then I'm not around all the time. You know, there's certain people that opportunists, you know, that'll tag along with the homie everywhere because they see what he's doing. Like I only come when I have time, fool. And when I'm really needed. You feel what I'm saying? It's like other than that, like I'm too old, dog, to be like. It's not even that I'm old. What it is, like I've been around so long that for me to stay in the studio session till 6 a.m. just to get one verse is not worth it.
Sure. Like you said, if it comes to you, it comes. If not, then
well, call me and let me know. Hey, I need you on this. If I gotta go hang around and fucking hover for nah, dog, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not no yes man. Like you know what I mean? Call me when you want me. You feel what I'm saying?
And how did that come about, dude? You signing with them? Like you reached out to them or they reached out to you?
No. What happened was so I've been fucking with Lefty's homeboys for years before he got out.
All right.
So I always had a relationship with them. So when Lefty got out, it was just Lefty did a gang of time with our Life for Homeboys, like in the Bay.
Yeah.
He was with like the boys, you know, like our guys and shit. So them guys were like, "Hey, the homie Lefty's getting out. Look out for him." And I was like, "All right, who is?" You know what I mean? I had never met Lefty before. And then when he got out and I seen that fool going viral, I reached out to his homeboy Straps that I'm real close with. I was like, "Hey, Dick, what's up with your homie?" Like, he's like, "That, you know what I mean? He's on right now."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, but that's your boy, right?" He's like, "Yeah, that's my little brother." So right away, like, you know, we had people vouch for us, right?
Sure.
So the respect was already there. And then we finally met. And Dick, like, that guy's like one of us, you know? It's it's flawless, right?
Sure,
like, he acts like us, fuck, you know? So it was just natural. And then we had an incident. We had an incident, dog, where, like, I was going to manage him for a minute, fool. You know?
All right.
Yeah. But then I was like, well, Lefty wanted me to manage him. You know, he was like, Bozo's real smart business-wise, like, fucking disciplined, like, this is what I need. But I told him, dog, we're not going to be friends if I manage you.
Yeah.
Our friendship's out the window, Dick. Like, I program, fool. Like, you're not ready for that. And you're going to hate me, fool. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, as good as
you
the
were
money's
straight up and shit.
Yeah, as good as the money's going to be, dog, I'd rather just be your homie, Dick. Like, I'd rather have your friendship than that money, fool, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's dope and shit.
And he was like, and that was that, you know what I'm saying? But I had the Southside Logo album out. I dropped it, and with that song Wolves, the one that you like, and I really believed in the project, dog. Right?
Yeah. Shout out Young Buddha 323.
Yeah, shout out Young Buddha. That's the homie. I had ran out of my own resources, dog, like to push the project, you know.
Oh, all right.
So I told Solis, I had a conversation with Solis. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you this project. I want you to listen to it and give me insight on how I could push it furthermore, right?" And he told me, "Well, just sign to me." So,
that's easy.
Yeah, he's like, "I'll give you a deal. I'll give you a deal, and fucking with us, you have the opportunity to sit with the biggest artists in the world, like at the same table. You know, you could, you know, you're gonna have more access to a lot of shit." And he was, you know, he wasn't lying.
That's dope, man. Yeah,
so, dog,
like
and he gave me a sweet deal, fool. Like our percentages, like he's barely taking anything from me, dog. You know?
That's fire shit, man.
Fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Because you got numbers too, dude. You know what I mean, right? You've been doing your thing.
Yeah,
so
like and then after that, it was like, you know, fucking just working, dog, just working and trying to, like, you gotta understand, I see Lefty in a position that I was in before I caught my 10 years, you know, where he has this opportunity, dog, and if he fumbles it, he's gonna fumble it big time. You feel me? So as a homie, as a camarada, like, I see it, dog, and I see the opportunity for him to change his family's life. And I can't help but to care, you feel me? It's one of the things where I'm just like in his ear, like, "Hey, Dick, like, you know, you know what I mean? Get your shit together, fool. Like, this is not gonna happen again.
Yeah, this could be big, dude.
This is a one-time opportunity." So, you know, thank God, like, it sunk in, you know what I'm saying? But Lefty will still be honest with me, like, when I go visit him, like, you know, since he's been sober and shit. I'll be like, "What's up, Dick? You look good." He, "Fucking hate my life." Why? You know, but it's because he's being held accountable. He's programming, you know what I mean? Like, before, dog, if you had a feature with Lefty, you're lucky if he got there 4 hours late.
All right.
You know? And I would be the unfortunate one there with the guys, like, waiting for him, like, "Hey, where's Left? Oh, he's on his way."
He's
for 4 hours, dude. Like, come on, bro. Like, that shit got old, you feel me? So I stopped doing that for him, you know? Because I was like, nah, you're fucking too unprofessional, dog. Like, you make me look bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, all that, planting those seeds, dog, you know, and putting them in his head, I think, like, you know, opened his eyes. And then the Kendrick Lamar opportunity, that shit for sure, you know?
Yeah, that's just fire.
And
dude.
I think that what he noticed was that caliber of artists aren't trying to invest in you if they already see you like with no discipline, you know? It's a waste of time, you feel me? No matter how viral you are, no matter how many numbers you are, like nobody professionally wants to buy your stock, fool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
and then you do some crash out shit and they're left.
Look
like,
at dog,
you
the
know?
homie. There's shit that happened. If Lefty were to do a movie from when he got out, a gang of shit has happened that people don't know about.
Yeah.
And then look at the last car accident he had.
Mm-hmm.
Who in the fuck buys Lefty a ZR1 Corvette?
Oh, shit.
Do you know how fast those shits are?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten one?
Nah.
Fool, you? Dog, that pedal is fucking sensitive, bro. Like, it's a supercar, fool. You know what I mean? Motherfucker had it 2 days and crashed and it blew up.
That's
you know
crazy.
I mean? His phone melted in the car.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And he had his chick in there and him. Like, he could have died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I think that shit too. You know what I'm saying? But
you know, a lot of shit, dude.
A lot of shit, yeah. But the OTR thing has been a blessing in disguise, you know? Because it allows me to do what I want, dog.
Yeah.
There's no pressure on me. There's no like datelines, like none of that shit, dog. It's like, what we doing? What you need, you know? That's dope, you know?
And to me, it's dope too with Lefty Gunplay getting the Grammy and Peso too, right? That it just shows like how much it's grown, the music, right? So now it's like anybody that starts that's a Hispanic rapper, that's a level you can get to now and shit, bro. Like it's there.
Well, not only that, it brings awareness to that like, administration. You know, like, the Grammy is now looking for
Hispanics and shit.
Yeah, like
right?
they've arrived, right?
Apart from like the Ricky Martins and the shit like that.
If somebody
right,
told you 2 years ago to bet money that one of our homies would be getting a Grammy,
I wouldn't believe it, bro.
Never.
I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
I would have put the whole
now.
bank on that shit that they wouldn't. I would have bet you my whole fucking.
You would have bet the odds.
Everything,
and shit?
that they wouldn't, because
it's crazy.
It's just So that was like extremely unexpected, but extremely gratifying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They say we need a banger with you and King Little G and Devour and Young Drummer Boy and Young Dopey. It will be fire and shit. That's what.
I'm always
shout
ready.
out Ho Killer.
I got King Lil G on the album too. I got new shit.
Oh, that's what you mentioned.
Yeah, I got King on the album too.
You ever reached out to Young Dopey and work with him and shit?
You know what? I don't know.
No?
I feel like, Dopey's a gangster. You feel me? So it's like when you when we're the same, right?
I feel you.
So when we meet, fuck rap. What's up, fool? You know, like
we're on like
homie shit. Yeah, and and we're sizing each other up at the same time because we're both alphas, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's one of them things where like we're sizing each other up, but we're camaradas, and it's like the rap shit. We almost I don't know. Personally, to me, it's like I don't know. I just feel like he's my homie, you know. So
and I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No. Because there's no real reason why.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There's no real reason why. We just I don't know. Every time we kick it, we're at a strip club. We're at a
you don't
bar,
talk about music.
Yeah, we're having fun.
Yeah. That's dope.
So that's just pretty much how that's gone. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, Dopey's a homie. You know, like he's that dude's a dying breed. You feel me? Like that era of dudes is like very few now. You know, not only that, dog. Like a lot of people don't even like us because of the way that we get down. You know what I mean? Just our natural personality. But it's like fuck you too. Then you know.
Nah, for real, huh? That's a trip, man. You know.
Yeah, you push away people with confidence, dog.
You do. Yeah. Especially, I don't speak for the homie though, but he's like really kind of like oh, I don't fuck with these podcasts. Like I'm not gonna go and do this interview because like he doesn't really want to like he loves making music.
He don't want to exploit himself.
Shit. Yeah, exactly.
He don't want to be taking advantage. And
I
get it.
And then for him, it's like he said it before too. It's like I could tell my own story on my own channel and shit. You know what I mean? Like in a way, right? So it's like why go over there?
Well, you gotta
and do
respect
that,
it.
You
know what I mean? Whether you agree with it or not, fuck it, respect it. It's his nuts to hang. Fuck it,
right.
Hang where you want. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
Let me tell you shit. I think different. You know. I think different because I think that a lot of times, like our principles are used against us. They're weaponized against us.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, they'll clip it too. No, like and twist your words and like the media. It's the same shit, bro. Right? Like
hell yeah.
Just to get
fear
like
mongering,
views and shit, bro. Like,
oh,
that fool fucking Bozo said this. You get me? And then it's like that. That's not what I meant. You know. And then you watch the full shit and it's not what they're saying and shit, dude. And it's like, oh, like that's a trip, dude.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. I tend to manage my interviews how I want. You know.
Sure.
Like I navigate them like. Oh, ain't no way I'm gonna let another motherfucker outsmart me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
for sure. That's why I was like, oh, we try to keep it positive and shit.
I'm negotiating with the scariest of guys. You know what I mean? So
for
these
sure.
fucking podcasters, man, they ain't got nothing on me. But But it's dope, dog. Like I reached out to Yakko. That's your guys' homie.
Oh
too,
yeah,
Yakko?
yeah.
I reached out to him.
He's dope, bro. He's
You know what? That
super
fool can rap.
underrated.
That
Shit,
fool can
man,
rap.
you know.
That fool can rap for sure. For sure, he can rap. That fool's a rapper. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the homies we started investing in the beginning and shit, bro. You know.
But he so we spoke recently. We never spoke before, I don't think. But I seen him that he was close to Wicked too.
Yeah.
So I told him, hey fool, we should jump on a podcast and just talk about the homie, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, let's do it. So that's something that I'm gonna try and get done like the next couple weeks.
Oh,
you know?
dope, yeah.
I think
and that's fire because he doesn't like podcasting too, dude.
Yeah.
Like he did one with us, and I try and get him on more, and he's just like, Smurf, like I don't really like. He doesn't like it, dude. So the fact that he said yeah is dope, dude. Because I'm telling you, like,
well, when we lose one of ours, dog, I think it's not about what we like. It's an obligation. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel
it's an obligation because I think that with the homie, like with Wicked, his passing away, I see so many lessons in that shit. You feel me? And I think that it's important.
And the homie was almost an old man, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, right? That's the fucked up part.
Yeah.
Shit,
well, he was a grown man, but that.
No, like older man already.
He was a grown man. Yeah, he's been around a long time. You know? So,
very respectful homie, too.
I think that he was a good dude. To the homie, bro. You know? Good dude, man. Yeah. I just think that he was like, I don't know, man. I think that he was just painted in the wrong way, you know? Even like his passing away, like people want to make it seem like homie was just ignorantly out there still trying to be that guy. And it's like,
well, he just embraced the haters, I think, in a way, right? Like, where I think that made him look cocky. He was
just too hood, fool.
Yeah,
like, I know his homeboys, you know? I know his homeboys well. Like, you know, I know one of his homeboys pretty good. Real quiet guy. You can't have a conversation with Bullet, but he's there. Good dude, you know? And I know him pretty good. And I know a few of his other homeboys. And they're good people, dog. Traditional, Chicano, fucking raised, like people with principles and integrity, dog, that ain't bowing down to nobody. You feel me? But
he was a cool homie, bro.
But that tight knit sometimes puts us in vulnerable positions, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like we're the type that don't hesitate. Like the homies, hey, we're having a barbecue in the hood. All right, I'm on my way because that's our environment. You feel me? But at some point, you need to realize when like that's not where you at no more, dog. You feel me? Like the homie love is all good and all that shit, but when a man reaches his peak, dog, he's too important for any carelessness, fool. You know, when a man's provided and a man has like wisdom to share, dog, like you got to protect yourself at all costs, dog. Yeah, more than before. You feel me? So yeah. Anyways, I just
rest in peace to the homie and shit for sure, dude. We all had the pleasure of meeting him. So
I saw
good things, dude.
A post from his daughter, and that shit really like resonated with me, dog. It was one sentence. She said, "To be honest with you," she said, "I hate the fact that OG Big Wicked ever existed. That character."
Oh shit.
Right, but to see it from that perspective, it's real, fool. Yeah. Like my little girls don't give a fuck if I'm Bozo. You know what I'm saying? Like. To them, I'm Pops, fool. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So when do we draw that line, fool? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like where do you draw the line and say like, you know what? Like I am who you need me to be. I'm no longer who I need me to be. You feel what I'm saying? Like those are moments of reflection where you really gotta embrace that, dog, and take it serious. You feel what I mean?
Sure.
And I think that Wicked was struggling with that severely. You know?
That's a trip, man. It's crazy, dude. You know. And then, like, switching it back to you, dude, you know, for the music part, what have you learned, dude, in all these years of making music and shit, dude, that you think that somebody that's starting off should be, like, aware of and shit, bro, you know?
First impressions are everything, you know? Like, whether it's through a song or through an interview or in person, like, you gotta understand, dog, that through social media, we allow people to get a certain perception of us, right? It's like we paint this picture of who we are, you know what I mean? And you got to be careful when you're painting that picture, you know? Because people tend to not ever forget the first impression that you give them, you know what I'm saying? So if you're going to drop a song and you want to be that guy eventually, make sure that you work on that first song like you're going to be that guy off that song.
Just don't put crap out and shit.
Don't be half-stepping, dog. Yeah. Don't be like, well, me and the homie did this in the studio and we think it sounds pretty cool. Drop it, fool. Let's see what happens. Nah. Yeah. Fuck no.
Yeah.
Get in the studio, go do a 40-hour shift, take that check, and invest it in that fucking song, eh? And then after after the song's done, I want to ask you how much you care about that fucking song.
Yeah.
Now you care.
That makes sense and shit.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Opposed to like you just chilling with the homies, smoking
that was
weed
free and shit,
and fucking. We have Pro Tools and shit on our laptop and Mbox and fuck it, let's drop it. Like, nah, dog. Like you get what you put in. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's my only advice. Is like that's what I did. You know, in the past I was a jack boy, fool. I was robbing everybody to do my shit. Now it's like fuck no. I pull my shifts. You know what I'm saying? Like. Because that's counterproductive, right?
Sure.
Like how you
You're
start
building something that can just go away quick.
How you gonna start a business with money you just stole from a bank?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's counterproductive. So now I see the process and how important the process is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what's up, dude. You know. And what do you hate about music, dude? Because it ain't all good. You know. I don't rap, but I've seen a lot of like.
I hate.
Shit, you know.
I hate the fact, dog, that you become a target, fool. You know? So people tend to see you, right? And what happens is that a lot of times when they're looking at you, they see what they wanted to be and couldn't be. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for instance, me, when I see music videos, I see myself, you know? Whoever's on that screen, I'm like, okay, the homie has the same aspirations I have, you know? He's motivated like I am, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he's doing this shit, you know, props, right? But most people see him and be like, oh, fuck that fool. He's lying. And then therefore, that little seed planted like in their environment, if they're with 5 homies right there, those 5 dudes ain't listen to you no more.
Sure.
Just because of one fucking hater, you feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like the judgment
and it's
of the
not
music.
factual.
And it's not.
It's an opinion.
Dog, but who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Come on, dog. How many artists are out here that ain't raza that are fucked up human beings, dog? But we support them like a motherfucker. Like we're investing. It's endless, dog. But amongst us, like our culture, it's like you got to be who you say you are, dog, and prove it.
Yeah.
You know, we want you to crash out. Record it. We demand it. Like, what the fuck, bitch? The fuck you think you are, fool? Like, I got to check in with you, everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the parts of the music that I hate is like, honestly, it's not even the music. It's social media, dog.
Sure.
Because social media
it's good and bad and shit.
Gave these motherfuckers a key to my house, dog. So at any given moment, any piece of shit hater can tap into my household when I'm sitting in the living room watching some and DM, I'm going to kill you, bitch. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And me, dog, if you tell me you're going to kill me, you better kill me, fool.
Yeah.
Because right away, my mind goes into that instinct, right? Like, damn, and it could be a fucking 12-year-old fool with fucking red hair. I'm going to kill you. But in my mind, in my experiences, now I'm on 10, you know?
Sure.
And it's like, and I won't let that go till it, you know what I mean? So that is what bothers me the most is that they're not a product of my environment, you know what I'm saying? And my environment is extremely serious, you know what I mean? And critical. So
like, you know how far you
that false reality, fool, is what fucks with me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the fact that I'm really doing this shit and I'm really like trying to like enlighten you on like the things that I've learned and my perspective on life. And all you want to do is fucking destroy whatever I got going, you know, for whatever reason, you feel
without even knowing you.
Without even knowing you, dog, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
That's the part that I hate, I guess, is the judgment, you know? But it comes to territory, like I tell people, like, you want it to be known, you know? Sure. This is what happens when you're known. Think about it, like, when we were growing up, right? What was the best way to go viral in the hood? Catch a body.
Yeah.
You know, you catch a body, everybody knows you. All the bitches want to suck your chile. Yeah. All the homies are buying the beer. Yeah. You know, you're the guy, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like, you know, you go viral, do some mamada on IG. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
you gotta
like,
be an entertainer.
It's two different
shit,
realities, right? And we're trying to make them, we're trying to blend them in, which is never gonna happen, you know. And we need to understand that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
well, that's a good point for sure, dude. You know. Yeah, because I think like social media, I think it has the good and the bad, like everything else and shit, dude. You know, and
look at the bloggers, fool. I seen some lame ass podcasts talking about King Leo G had fell off. What the fuck? How
do you come up with that?
How do you?
They don't look at
like,
the
dog,
streams
like,
and
how
shit
do you
too,
even
dude.
like,
You know?
fool, when you're talking about people falling off when your podcast is one of the lowest viewed ones that there is out. Like with the less credibility, with the less education on it. Like you're not even giving no insight. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just there to talk down on everybody and anybody, but then you say you're pushing the culture.
Yeah.
That's not pushing the culture.
I feel that.
Like that's manipulation, dog. Dude, but you know? you're gonna tell a man that's made millions off of his talent that he's falling off when you ain't made 100,000 off of your shit. What in the fuck are you like? That that fucking blinded like arrogance is what bothers me, fool.
Sure.
Like people with no merit, people with no fucking asses to prove behind what they're saying.
And then what they're doing is just creating an entertainment for people to watch. Right?
Yeah, but it's destroying what we're building.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, even if it's not, you're trying to destroy what we're building.
Well, I don't know them personally, but I think they just don't care if it does.
They don't give a fuck,
what
dog.
They want is
it's
just
about
somebody
them.
to click and
it's
view
about
it
them,
shit,
dog.
right?
It's about them. You know?
And then if that video works, then the next one is gonna be shit, Bozo fell off. Right, you get me, and then so on and so on, because that's what's getting them the views.
But why are you trying to do that to somebody's brand?
Exactly, dude. I don't know.
Do you do
well,
that
that's where it comes to the integrity, you know.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, I have no shame. Like I just trying to grow my channel and get some views, you know. And then as opposed to being like having integrity and being like, well, I wouldn't say that to get views, bro. I wouldn't do that. I don't think there is that anymore. Like there's no shame.
I see goofy ass fools.
You get me?
Grown ass men doing some weird ass shit, dog.
Yeah.
Like just shit that I'm like. What in the fuck,
it's like,
dog?
hey, dude, when you got people doing cinnamon, like spoons of cinnamon in their mouth, come on, you know that the media
desperate
is.
But
you know?
There's nobody in the room to tell you, hey, fool, you're coming off thirsty
like
as
slap
fuck.
somebody up and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but that just goes to show the population of lames, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fools
and it's crazy
have
because you look at that shit and like 13 million views that people.
Yeah, but that's that's a false narrative.
Yeah.
People think that.
It
You
could be
did
bots
something.
and shit, yeah.
They think that you're not doing nothing, dog.
Yeah.
That's 14 million views that you got
for nothing
that you're never gonna get again.
Yeah.
Those people looked at you, laughed at you, and said,
That's what it was, right?
and walk away.
They're not
That's
viewing it because they're enjoying it.
It's not supporting it.
Like,
It's not appreciating what you're doing.
And you're not building
it's 14
nothing
people
off of it
that enjoy seeing lames do lame ass shit
and now you're
never
just
come back.
That swallow simmer, right?
Yeah,
like, you know,
and never
like,
come back. And now you're trying to figure out the next lame shit to do to exceed the one you like. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
That's like, homie. That's like being in a relationship with a toxic female, right? And acting like you enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like it's like no, dog.
Well, you know, a lot of people I think stay in relationships because it's like even if it's toxic, and I'm not a doctor or nothing, bro, but I feel like it's just like normal. Right, like what's on? Like if I leave my girl right now, what am I gonna do by myself and shit? Like this is my life right here, no? Like I come home, I do this, I put up with her shit, and then now it's like you're scared to see what happens
when you're
out
alone.
Of the comfort zone now, because you know, like, and then sometimes life is better without her and shit, dude. In a way, right? That's why I don't know. Like I think I've been married for 20 years, bro. You get me?
Yeah, I've been married 3 times, 2 divorces.
Yeah, so I know my wife can be toxic. I know I could be toxic.
Yeah,
but we know each other from a long time ago and shit.
I'm usually the toxic one, but that's because of my insecurities and
shit,
my
right?
insecurities and my trauma as a kid.
Yeah.
Like if I was to be completely honest, I'm afraid of abandonment, dog.
Yeah, well, a lot of folks are.
I'm afraid of
shit,
abandonment.
dude.
I have this moment that I could pinpoint.
So you get ahead of it and shit, you know?
No, I don't, dick.
Oh, you don't?
I apologize after though.
Oh, okay.
That's what I am. I'm remorseful after the fact, you know?
Yeah.
But at the moment, like I'm a little kid again, dog. Like I'm in that courtroom and my dad ain't showing up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, who's gonna like where am I going? You feel me?
Yeah.
And so like the worst comes out of me, like I just strike, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm defending myself because like I said, to us, like we don't show fear, we show strength. You feel me? So if somebody I love is trying to hold that love I have for them against me as a weapon, fuck you, eh?
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. I'll cut my fucking arm off or I break it down. You know?
Sure.
But that's not cool though. You feel me?
It's not.
It's supposed to be conversations that you're having, dog.
Yeah, you're supposed to, as grown-ups, right? You're supposed to sit down and be like,
but that's scary.
This
Think
shit
about
is
it.
not fucking. I'm not jiving with this.
Think about it. That's scary though, right? You're a man, a grown-ass man, and you're having an argument with your girl. It's about bullshit, right? But your ego's rising, right?
Yeah, and it gets worse.
And then to stop it and be like, you know what? Like, I wish you would just fucking understand that I'm scared, eh? Like, who does that, fool?
Yeah. Well, no, that's like weakness almost.
That's
shit,
what I'm
right?
saying.
You
That's the...
Yeah, but if you did, the girl completely put her
hopefully if she
down
does it, then you're with a psychopath, you know?
right?
Like, run from that bitch, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
that's
funny.
the bad thing is, you're right, like, for you to pour your feelings out, and then they're not as receptive to it as you expected it, no?
Yeah.
And now you're vulnerable and shit. Now you're fucking mad.
Well, now you're walking away thinking,
out, you know?
damn, this bitch is gonna see me like
yeah,
use that
I'm
against
a
me
pansy
forever.
now and shit. You get me? Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's
now you gotta live with that and shit.
Yeah, and that's hard.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fucking
dude.
hard, dog. Like, you know, those are the like I said, right? Feelings, you know, emotion, you know?
Nah, for sure.
That your free will is supposed to guide you through, you know what I'm saying? But
one thing that I learned of 20 years in marriage is like, again, not to overreact, like soak it in, right? Like whatever's going on in my household, like now it's like, let me soak it in, analyze that shit, and not be impulsive and like, oh, hey, you're fucking up. You get me? Like, because let me try and see it from my wife's perspective type shit, right? Because that's what I would want her to do now for me, right? Kind of like kind of like that.
Have patience.
Yeah, and then from there, let your emotions cool down, and now it's like, oh, now we can talk. Well, about
love is patient, you know.
Me? And then you're always gonna find shit you don't like because it's two different people coming together and shit, right? And me and my wife, we got together, shit. I think I was like 19 and shit, dude. You know,
damn,
so we've been together for a long ass time.
You put her through some shit.
Yeah, I'm 42, dude. You get me? I'm gonna be 42, so. And then my wife was the kind that was with me, like, oh, shoot, the heat over there. Oh, let's go get it kind of shit. You get me? Like, for a minute, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, so she's seen me grow out of certain shit where it was just like, but to her, it's like, and I don't know how to put her on the spot, but to her, it's never enough, right? Like, it's like, oh, you need to mature more and more. And it's like, nah, this is it. I'm me and shit. You get me? I'm already mature enough that, you know, you lose some of your identity, bro, in a way, right? Because when you grow up,
you gotta give up,
and you want to do good, you gotta
give up
like,
some of your identity.
And then, you know, like it's kind of like you want to be a hard homie, no? You want to be like, hey, I'm this super hard homie, dude, and then you have to lose that identity in a way, right?
Well, because it's time to show a new type of strength.
Because now you're a family man,
there you go.
And now it's like
now it takes a new type of strength. Now it takes patience. Intelligence, it takes wisdom, you know,
it's different, dude. It's different. It's different because, like, you're
because
saying,
we're just
vulnerable now.
We're used to just thugging through shit.
Yeah.
And now it's like the complete opposite of that shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, after fucking 20-some years together, it's like half my life and shit, dude. You get me?
But to me, marriage is the best thing.
To me, it is too.
To me, a marriage and a family environment is like this fool. My homeboy will tell me, your kids are so happy, so nice. I'm like, well, they have no choice. Look at how they live. You know what I mean? Like. You don't give them a choice.
They don't have a struggle and shit.
Yeah, well, they don't have to defend themselves. They don't see strangers and think like, I gotta prove myself to this guy. That's what I did when I was a kid. I thought I had to prove myself to fucking everybody.
Yeah.
You know
you wanted to be alpha to everybody.
Exactly.
And shit.
Yeah.
You get me?
But my kids are just like, what's up? You know, happy and it's
not
like,
a care in the world type shit.
Not a care, fool. And that's
that's a blessing, dude.
Hell yeah.
And like you said, your kids, they get to go. Like my son runs track, dude, and he don't have to worry how he's gonna get there. Like, and I always tell him too, like, dude, I used to have to walk through school. Like 13 blocks in a gang infested neighborhood and shit. So like when he told me like, oh, I have an issue, it's like, dude, you can't compare. Like I have no empathy for your issue, bro. You get me? Like, like you didn't grow up with me. Like you come out of my apartment building, that shit's all hit up, bro. You get me? And then like you gotta worry about like these fools jumping you on the way to school or worse, you get fucking clipped and shit, bro, and you're done and shit, you know?
Well, think about that mind state. You got to take a gun to school.
Yeah, I mean, you know? And you got to be on your toes.
We did it, though,
you know?
and it was nothing.
Yeah, you're in high school, and now you're watching out because the ops is around.
In hindsight, you're
you
thinking
know?
about, like, a teenager. Like, you got to either kill or be killed.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's
my son's crazy. At the age when I was already thugging it, so... And my son, like, I don't want to say, like, in a negative manner, but he's a square, bro, and I love him for that. You get me? Because that's what I want, you know, for my kids and shit, dude, you know? And it's just, like... Because, damn, the struggles that people go through, you don't want to repeat them. No, it just creates that cycle, you know? I think. And then you're never going to escape that shit. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's new struggles now for this generation.
Yeah.
You know, it's the like, the anxiety, the fucking, the stress, like, the worry. Like, I see...
The acceptance.
Because of,
they want to be accepted,
because instant
bro.
gratification, right? Yeah. Like, it's almost like dope, fool, you know?
Yeah.
Like
well, that's what they created, the dopamine.
The dopamine,
shit.
It's like dope, like when you're fucking anxious for that next sack, like where you gonna get it at? You know what I mean? These little kids are growing up like that, fool. So think about when they get to adult ages and they get hit with real fucking problems. You know what I mean? That's why, like,
they're gonna crash out.
That's why, like, me and this fool were talking, and I was like, damn, these younger fools don't got no hoes around ever.
Yeah.
Fuckers are scared to rap to girls in real life. Like, growing up, us, dog, it wasn't a day we didn't have chicks around, you know?
You know, I tell my son, dude, because when he's around like girls and shit, I'll be like, oh, that's one that you know? And then he's like, nah, that's my friend and shit. And I'll be like, well, yeah, you know, you got a lot of friends, no? I mean, you know? I was like, but which one you getting at? And he's like, Pop, like, you know, like,
chill out.
Yeah. And then I'm like, dude, like, I remember being young and you trying to holler at everybody and shit. You get me? And now, you know, my son, he's like, they're friends and shit. Oh, we're going to go thrifting and shit. And I'm like, thrifting? What the fuck, you know? Yeah. And I'm just
we're
like.
making out all day.
No, I would be like,
making out in the back of the theater.
It would be like, when y'all leaving and shit, because I got somebody coming. You get me? Like I don't know, it's different, dude.
But this shit put everybody inside, you know?
Yeah.
You don't really have to leave outside.
Or sometimes they're all like a group of 6 and they're on their phones.
Yeah.
But they're all hanging out and shit and they're all kind of
Dog,
like,
I trip out when fools are at the strip club on the phone. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, wait a minute.
That's how it is, dude.
And they're looking at chicks on here and I'm like, dude, there's like,
one thing that I started doing, dude, that I was like, damn, because I'd be on the phone. Because, you know, when you run a business, you're like constantly posting or you're doing all this shit. No, it's consuming of time, bro.
It is.
One of the things I started doing was like, I'm gonna put my phone away. I'm gonna enjoy this moment, like for myself and shit, bro. Instead of like
I do this now.
Shit, dude,
you know how you film?
Yeah.
I do this.
Oh yeah, right. See,
I get it both. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I got tired of seeing shit, and then I'll be at the
You're
pad
missing
looking
the
at
moment
after,
and shit. You know?
And I'm like, why the fuck? You know what I mean? So I've learned, like with my kids and shit, I'm all like this now, dog. I'll just glance, make sure, okay.
And there's gotta be some moments where you just be like, fuck it.
Yeah,
like,
drop everything.
Like I'm gonna just enjoy this right here as a memory, dude. Whatever I can keep as a memory, that's what I'll have and shit, dude. I don't know. It's just, you know. Somebody said that song "Right Through the City" is a classic banger and shit, dude. You know?
Yeah, I think that's my favorite song I've ever made.
No, that's what. So somebody said how much you charge for a feature and shit.
Man, we can't. You gotta hit me through the DM.
Yeah, everybody's price is different and shit, dude. You get me?
Yeah, just send my DM. We'll talk. Don't trip.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know. But yeah, we're coming an hour, but I just got a few questions, bro. Like, so we talked about what you dislike about the music. What is it that you love about making music and shit, dude?
Fuck, I'm still blown away at the fact that I can materialize a thought. You know, like to me,
and
it's
get
like
paid for it and shit.
And get paid for it, dog. And it's like, how does that happen? Like, where did I get that gift, fool? Like, who the fuck taught me how to write music? Like, fuck, bro. Like, or even sometimes I'll say some shit I can't even believe I said. And what people don't realize, fool, is like, in most songs, dog, I'm talking to myself, you know? Like your inner conscious, I'm having conversation shit, you know? With myself. Like whether it's to stay on guard or whether it's like to be a little vulnerable or whether it's a time of appreciation. Like I'm talking to myself, you know what I'm saying? But that's the part that I love about music is that you could literally turn thin air into fucking timeless music, dog, you know? Like to me, that Right Through the City, like it was like, it's crazy how that song came about, dog. But me and King sat in the studio, we recorded a few songs that day and we didn't like none of them. So he goes, let's get back in the studio again, right? And I was like, all right, cool. And then we got into it and then he had sent me that beat prior. He told me, here, fool, this is the beat. So fuck, I heard the beat and I was like, all right, this is dope. And then, you know, we composed it. And then we got back in the studio again. We recorded it, right? You fuck with it? He's like, yeah, I fuck with it. And we sat on it for a couple weeks and he was like, hey, we got to shoot a video. Like my wife, my kids, we're playing that song at the pad, like on rotation.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, he's all, and then his son was with us. And he's all, how mijo? And I was like, who aren't we? He's like, yeah, his little boy's like, yeah, we're banging that shit. And then the video was a trip too, dog. Like it was during COVID. So all Staples Center was blocked off.
There was a ghost town for a few days.
So we were able to shoot the video. It was just us on the street.
Oh, that's
crazy. In front of Staples, you know? That's why we're like taking all the lanes, like swerving.
Oh, all right.
You know what I mean? And it's dope. King Lil G is a very like, he's an elegant presence, dog, in our community, you know? Like the homie carries himself with a lot of class, a lot of elegance. Like that dude could have been a king in a prior life. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Like just the way he conducts himself. Like he's not a man that needs to talk loud to be like communicate, you know? He's soft spoken and he says what he means and fucking, he talks with a lot of fucking, he talks with a lot of generosity, dog. Like he's very complimentary, very honest. Like he won't hesitate to tell you like, hey, I value you, fool, you know? Like I hold you in high regards. And that to me is like, it's amazing, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like it's dope to have a person with that type of character at top, you know? To show, cause like that fool, like That fool's effortless, dog. Like everything he does is fly, dog, and he doesn't even break a sweat, you know?
Yeah. We used to hang out with him when he was younger, bro, like growing up and shit, like real young. He was barely coming up. Like he was doing music already and shit, but this was like in our teen years and shit, dude, you know? And I remember he had like, I think they had just started Double Nine Records at that time and shit with Dopey. And I think some Bullet and him and I think another homie and shit, no?
Yeah.
They were passing out flyers for that fool and shit, but ever since that time, he had always been like into the music. Like he had a a goal in his life.
That fool
and he was
music.
young, no? So I think he knew like I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna blow up because the way he was dedicated to it was at a young age was crazy to me, dude. You know?
That's what it takes.
And like every time I seen him, it was something related to music. And like even when he was in the hood, it would be like, oh, I'm gonna pass these flyers out. Oh, we're at this house in Downey. Oh, I'm gonna go to this show right now and shit. Like every time was something that he was willing to work and shit, dude. So I was like, damn, at a young age, like, you know, nobody care about shit but being in the street and shit, doing thugging and shit. So to see that, and I obviously when I was younger, I was more like, oh, that's whack, bro. You get me? But like now as an adult, I was like, damn, that fool had the discipline since way back then. Imagine the discipline as a grown man now and shit, bro, right? That you know the reward.
And you're like, why the fuck wasn't I that?
I should have been like, fuck, I should have fucking tried to rap too and shit, dude. I mean, I was there in the infancy of that shit, bro, basically and shit, you know? And that's a trip, dude, you know? But hey, it's dope to see like the homie really came from nothing, bro. Yeah. You get me? Like he was over there with us and shit, so it was like dope.
He's not a dirtbag fool.
Yeah.
You'll be around rappers, homie, that are big, dog, and they're like
they act like it.
They're still looking to like take from you, dog. Like I've had big rappers be like, "Hey, fool, we're gonna be at this club tonight. You think you got enough money for a bottle?" And I'm thinking like, "Fool, like why the fuck? How you inviting me and then
asking me to buy like shit. Yeah.
King has invited me to so many things, fool. Never asked me like, hey, do this and that. Like, I'll come, you know? Like, I'll come ready. Like, for his birthday party, the last time we went to his birthday party, I think I bought like 6 bottles. I came ready, you know? And all that shit. And the homies never like an opportunist, you know what I'm saying? Like, some fools are just dirtbags, dog. They'll nickel and dime you any fucking way they can, you know what I'm saying? But then be on camera like they're up, you know? And their entourage lying for them.
And telling everybody, hey, I'm bringing homies up and shit,
Stupid motherfuckers, dog.
That's
like,
what's up, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, but nah, you know, we coming up right here to the end, dude. So just to cap it off, like, what advice would you give to a young rapper, bro, that's like, you know, there's a lot of people that watch us, bro, that are barely starting to sing, rap and shit, you know? Some of them probably barely started writing and shit, bro, you know?
I would say get yourself stable financially so that you can fund your craft, because that's the only way you're going to be able to keep your freedom artistically. The minute that you're relying on somebody's budget or somebody's mercy to help you put your music out is the minute that you become their tool. You're no longer an artist on your own. Like having advances and looking for budgets, you're becoming a slave. At that point, like, you're an employee, dog. You're no longer an artist. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I gave you this much money, okay, well, then you owe me this much back. Yeah. And therefore, that's not music no more. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, these days, you don't need a label, so there's no excuse for you not to find your own means and ways to invest into yourself, you know what I'm saying? And do it, man, and do it to the best of your ability. So therefore, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. And then when is your album coming out and shit?
Summer. I don't have an exact date yet, but I'm gonna hit the studio right now after to tighten up some shit. And then I already started shooting. I started shooting a video. I want to shoot another one next week. I'm already starting to shoot content. Then I'm gonna figure out some other shit to throw in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like maybe like, I don't know, a little short film or something. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be dope. And
shit, just some to like give the album a little more jump. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this summer we'll drop that shit. You know what I mean?
No, that's fire, man. You know. I appreciate everybody that tapped in too. Do anything else you want to share and shit? You know?
Shit. Pray, man. Pray for strength. Pray for wisdom. Pray for the ability to be the man or the woman that you need to be. Right now, there's a lot of smoky mirrors. You know what I'm saying? A lot of false narratives. A lot of people being misled by this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, stick to your roots, man.
A lot of fake shit going on.
A lot of fake shit going on. So pray for the clarity to see through that shit. You know what I mean? And avoid the opportunists. You know what I'm saying? Avoid the snakes. You know?
Yeah. They in the grass for sure, man. You know. I appreciate everybody that tapped in, man. You know, make sure that you hit that subscribe if you're new. Make sure we, stay tuned. We got some shows coming up and all that in July, man. So make sure you guys stay tapped in.
I'm gonna do a mic drop. I'm doing a mic drop.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a mic drop right now.
Shout out Benjiro. Shout out OTR, Soulless. Shout out the whole squad.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Yeah, make sure you tell them something while I go.
Shit, man. So much to say. It's crazy, but yeah. Right now our biggest enemy is stress, worry. You know what I'm saying? This phone is magnifying the problems of the world. Take a break, you know what I mean? To meditate, man. Get away from that shit. Put that shit down whenever you can. All that shit's doing is poisoning you and taking away from your imagination of what could be. I'm out this bitch.